see you, I call you the heavyweight champion of the world. Now tell me, that fight was so energetic. Didn't it take too much out of you?
No, it didn't take too much out of me, but it took an awful lot out of me.
At any point where you hurt, it looks like he hurt you in about the second round.
He didn't hurt me, but he stung me. He stung me real good. I guess you would say he hurt me a little bit, but I trained hard. I trained intense for this fight, and I was just focused. I was determined to win this battle, and I didn't.
The fact that the eye was closing almost immediately and his nose looked like it was broken. Did you see that yourself? And did you understand that that was what you're aiming for?
I did see it, but see, Tony Tucker is such a great veteran fighter. He knew that his eye was a little swollen and whatnot, so he knew how to turn away from me.
Turn around, man.
You know, he knew how to turn away from me to keep me from hitting his eye. He knew, I guess through word of mouth, he knew that I was going to try to work more on his body. He kept me away from his body.
In all due respect to you, champ, we got a brave challenger here. He's upset, and understandably so. And
give me love, man. Come on, man. It's a sport.
Tony, your words.
Give me a rematch, man, because you know that was wrong for you to stop the fight.
All right, Tony, I'm giving you a chance to talk to America here. What do you feel? Give me your feelings.
I'm protesting this fight. I was winning the fight clearly. I was ahead on all the scorecards. I mean, the doctor didn't even come and say that, you know, if you know, in between rounds, you know, we may start the fight. It looked like the nose is broken. He did not give me any indication at all that he was gonna stop the fight. I mean, when we come back out, I seen him tired. He was weakening. I was gonna get him in later rounds anyway. That was the plan, to get him in later rounds. And the next thing I know, they stopping the fight. I'm like, what the hell? What's the hell going on? Where is boxing coming to? I mean, I'm winning the fight clearly, and they just stopped the fight. For what?
Well, I can understand your
understand
chagrin.
The doctor didn't give me no indication at all that he was going to stop the fight. No indication at all. Then all of a sudden he stopped the fight. He came in between rounds, you know, to talk to the corner saying, you know, like, you know, his nose is getting broke, you know, if you keep getting hit, we're gonna stop the fight. You know, it looked like something is going wrong in the corner. Some kind of indication that he was gonna stop the fight.
Wait a minute.
All of a sudden, bam, stop the fight.
Wait a minute, you are a Don King fighter. You know how to talk as good as Don, so let me let Don in here. Don, this was a good heavyweight championship fight. Let Don talk a minute. Don.
I'm protesting the fight first.
All right.
Because I was winning the fight clearly. I was ahead
Don, let's listen to the man that makes the fight.
I demand to see the scorecard.
Ferdy, let me say this was a great heavyweight fight. I was as shocked as it was that the doctor stopped the fight. I don't know why. He said some reason or another, but I really don't know why he stopped the fight. You know, and so he said this safety reasons or whatever. But nevertheless, this is clearly something that we have to look into. From my point of view, because this was a great fight. It was a great heavyweight.
We got to have
it was going along really sippingly, and I think what they said was there are bone fragments in the eye as well as in the nose. Without X-ray. So that's what we're that's what we're going to right now. Let's go find out. Let's go find out if it was right.
I think that Tony he should go to the hospital immediately and get an X-ray and find out if he do have that. If you don't have that, you got a legitimate protest, and I will demand that it be a rematch.
All right, and with that, and sorrowfully, we have to leave and go back to Steve Albert at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, so the eye and the nose, not the only things bent out of shape as far as Tony Tucker is concerned. Let us take a look at the scorecards through 7 rounds. Bruce Seldon was ahead 68-65, 67-66, and 67-66. All 3 judges, all from Nevada, here tonight. So it was indeed Bruce Seldon ahead on all 3 scorecards through 7 rounds. And let us take a look at the reaction of Bruce Seldon when he learned he won the fight. And here it is. The celebration begins for Bruce Seldon. What a feeling, Bobby. You know what that feels like.
You know what, Steve, it's incredible, and I know what he's worked for and how hard it's been for him. I don't think even he can control the emotion. He won't really hit him till later when he walks by and somebody says champ, and he turns to look for one and they realize they're talking to him.
Looking for people to hug Bruce Seldon, and he'll have no problem there. So Bruce Seldon, the number 2 contender coming in, is the new WBA heavyweight champion, taking care of business in beautiful boxing fashion against number 1 rated Tony Tucker. So here at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, we move on, and let's throw it back upstairs to Jim Hill.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Back at the host position with the marvelous one, Marvin Hagler, and that hate in the air that you talked about is still there.
Still there, and still more to come.
Yo, I can believe it. You like to watch the big fellas go at it.
Oh, I love to hear that big boom when they fall.
You were down at ringside, and so you heard some tremendous thuds down there.
Oh, they were throwing big blows. I love that, to see the heavyweights go like that. But I have to agree with the doctor. I thought he did the right thing, because his eye was starting to swell, and we don't need another detached rectum or anything like that, and for anyone to be serious in the ring. I mean, seriously hurt in the ring. So I believe the doctor did a great thing.
Now, one of the things that Bruce Seldon really accomplished tonight, he had a tremendous jab in the ring. We're going to take a look at some of them. I mean, it's slow-mo action here. His jab was absolutely perfect. And I would imagine that this was his plan, especially after TNT's Tucker's left eye started to close.
Well, you know, it wasn't only quick, it was hard, too. And, you know, he was very awkward. And you can see that he would never go to the, once he seen the eye swelling, he would go to the opposite side, he'd give him a movement target. You know, he was very smart, trying to just look for the eye, work on the eye, and use that jab quick. But he was worried about Tony Tucker's right hand, because he respected Tony Tucker.
So you see him, Bruce Seldon, as a very mature fighter because he was very patient.
Well, I still think that he has a long way to go, but by being champion now, you tend to learn a lot quicker.
Yeah, you certainly do. You mentioned a couple of minutes ago that you watch Bruce Seldon, and you thought that there were a couple of times when he almost cashed it in.
Well, I thought so. You know, he got hit a couple of times with the right hand, and he wanted to quit, but I felt as though he wouldn't quit behind the fact that he looked in so tremendous shape. And that's what I think what kept him up, and knowing that all he needed was another shot to continue.
It's really amazing. Tony Tucker was talking about he was sure he was ahead on the judges' scorecards, when in fact it was just the opposite.
Exactly. I felt that Sheldon was ahead.
Do you think this is the end of the line for Tony Tucker?
No, maybe they'll have that rematch again, but because see, Tony's a type of fighter that he's not hurt, so he can continue.